Straw Hut Media.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
1 2 3 4 5.
What's up, y'all? I'm Emile, and it's Junior.
And I'm fiance AJ Gibson. Why are we waving?
Because we're saying hi to the people. They're looking. This is Confess Your Mess.
It's our first podcast. We're super excited. We've been talking about doing something like this for so long. And our first guest is actually a good friend of ours who I met through you.
Yeah.
She's popping right now.
Wait, but before that, people don't even know what Confess Your Mess is.
Should we tell them?
Yeah.
Confess Your Mess. It's where you spill all your dirty secrets.
All the dirty secrets.
All of them.
We don't judge. It doesn't matter how clean or nasty or whatever it is. We're here to, you confess to us, and we will give our feedback. We will give our opinions.
You might love it. You might hate it. You might care. We might not.
You'll love it.
Here's the thing. My fear with this podcast is that I'm going to be the one confessing everything.
Oh, yeah. You tell everything.
I'm not really good at secrets.
He tells everything about himself and about us and about our relationship and about the guests we have. It's a lot. So stay tuned for that.
Beware.
Yes. Our guest, Laci Mosley, she is amazing, and she definitely chimes in with a lot of fun, juicy stuff in this episode.
Yeah, she's got a lot going on right now. She has a very successful podcast of her own called Scam Goddess, which is one of the things that really inspired us to start this podcast. Because she said, go for it.
She did. I met up with her at lunch one day. She gave me some advice, but she also is on Paramount Plus's iCarly, and she's killing that as the character Harper. She was
just on Black Lady Sketch Show on HBO Max recently, which is hilarious.
Basically, she's amazing.
She really is really fantastic. She's going to share one specific secret with us that she's never shared anywhere else.
That is ridiculous, by the way.
It's actually pretty wild and so fun. And then I'm probably going to share a few more of my secrets.
Yeah. And she spilled some other secrets too. Anyway.
She did. We asked her about Miranda Cosgrove too.
You'll hear it all.
Just kind of fun.
Keep listening and then you'll know.
Also, if you want to submit your secrets, if you want to get your secrets on our podcast, head over to confessyourmess.us and submit there. And we might spill one of your secrets live on the air.
And also,
sort of live. It's a podcast.
I know you just started listening, but go ahead and give us some ratings. Rate 5 stars if you're on iTunes.
Do that.
Leave a comment. We would appreciate it.
Share with your friends and family.
Yeah, you're going to love us.
Confess your mess.
You ready? Is it time?
It's time.
First of all, this has been months in the make, almost a year. I'm giddy right now.
We've talked about this for years, actually.
For years, we wanted to work together, and we finally have manifested and put this into action.
We knew we wanted to do a show about secrets.
Yeah.
And we were hung up on the word secret for a long time.
Yeah.
And we could not come up with the title to save our lives.
It was a Google Doc with at least 100 different titles, and most of them were trash. But we came up with it.
And then we saw one of our friends launch a podcast very, very successfully. And she really inspired us.
Yeah. But we're gonna get to her in a sec.
Oh, are we?
We are.
Okay.
We are. But first, we have to have a little kiki. We have to celebrate this moment because we did this.
We did it.
We did this. Listen.
Well, we haven't done it yet. We just started.
Okay. Let me tell you how this woman came into my life, first of all. Laci Mosley. One of my first restaurant jobs, like my real restaurant jobs, was the other ones we're not going to talk about, was at this sushi restaurant in West Hollywood, across the street from Soho House and Boa Steakhouse. It's like whatever. It was in a popping section.
Yeah,
the restaurant,
the fancy people go across the street, right?
But they did not come to our restaurant. And so Laci and I opened this restaurant together, and I will say this: whenever you work in any environment where it is a majority white space, you find common bond with the other people of color, specifically Black people. And so we had our little group in our clique, and we clicked. And even though, Laci moved on from the restaurant sooner than I did because she found success because she was hustling, she was doing improv shows all the time. She was guesting on other people's podcasts. And then she really, really popped it. And she launched this show called Florida Girls. And that was the first iteration. And then she found more success. And then you might have seen her on this most recent season, the Emmy-nominated Black Lady Sketch Show on HBO.
Come on.
And she's on the reboot of Paramount Plus's iCarly.
Yeah, she is.
Playing Harper, who is fashionable and hilarious. And then she has the very successful podcast, which is part of Team Coco, Scam Goddess.
So good. He sings it all the time. No joke.
It's amazing. We have one of my favorite people and one of my closest friends, Laci Mosley.
So I am in my closet, a part of my closet, one of the messier parts. I just moved, and so my office is too echoey because the furniture's not here yet. Because did y'all know with like COVID, factories shut down, obviously for safety. Some didn't. Yeah. Frito-Lay, I'm looking at you.
I'm done.
The ones that did, like now, if you want a couch, I went to the furniture store, I sat on this couch, and like I was like, oh my God, like, am I like... did I like just come? Like what happened? It was like such a fun couch. And then they were like, okay, sis, you want this couch? Great. So in like 3 or 4 months, you can have it in your home. Like what?
No, I tell you. Okay, so you know Emile and I, we are large men. He's 6'3", I'm 6'5", right? We've been living in the same apartment for 10 years now. We've been together almost 9 years. And we were sharing a queen size bed. So during COVID, we decided to upgrade every single room in our home.
Right.
We got rid of our roommate, upgraded everything, got a California.
How you gonna call getting rid of a roommate a renovation? Like you were like, yeah, so we were doing the cabinets, we booted out the roommate, we redid him to another space that wasn't our home. What?
That's Texas.
No, we sent the roommate to Texas. No, but we got a California King bed frame custom made. And we were so excited. And then it took months to get here. Months because of COVID. They were so backed up. We just kept sleeping on that queen bed. Like all of a sudden we were too good for it.
Right. Sleeping and having sex on that old queen bed that he's had since previous relationships.
I had sex with many men on that bed.
Oh, so there's like ghosts of men past.
Right. Same mattress. Switched out the mattress pad, but I mean.
Sometimes when we're together, you hear like, ooh. It's like floating dicks.
Floating dicks. I'm so done. But speaking of sex and relationships, so on Confess Your Mess, obviously this is the opportunity to confess your mess. And I know that you have a secret that you are going to confess later that we're very excited about. But the theme of this episode is sex and relationship secrets. So none of us have seen these secrets, and we're going to break them down.
I'm literally sweating right now. I'm so nervous.
Or are you sweating because it's hot in here, as always? Okay, so I'm scrolling down to the secrets right now.
Okay, so these are secrets that have been submitted to us through social media, through our website. If you want to get one of your secrets on our show, you can also submit at confessyourmet.us or hit us up online on social media.
Your Met?
Confessyourmess.us.
Play it back and you'll hear. He said confess your met.
Your ass on, man.
I was like, maybe that's a new internet website I don't know about. Met. I was like, okay.
I was like, I know I'm not the only one who heard that. But
listen, I've been in bed sick for a couple of days. Cut me some slack.
Confessyourmess.us. Okay.
There it is.
So the first secret. My husband and I haven't had sex at all in the entire 7 years we've been married. Wait a minute.
The whole marriage?
That sounds like a roommate. That don't sound like a husband.
You should send them to Texas.
Not to Texas. Here's the thing. Do you believe...
Wait, that's the whole secret?
That's the whole secret.
Oh, sis, you need to redecorate. Send that man away.
Could you guys stay with someone for 7 years without having sex? Because I understand that everybody's relationship is different. And I understand that some people say, oh, you marry your best friend. But again, if you're not getting it from your partner, I think that somebody in that relationship is getting it from somewhere.
Maybe not.
Well, they just not.
Laci, what do you think?
I mean, like you asked, like if I could stay with someone for 7 years and we're not having sex, and then my next follow-up question is, okay, so like, how rich are they? Like,
period.
Are we talking private jets or are we talking private islands? Like, I could go buy some things to make myself happy.
You know what though? That's real though. When I moved out here to LA, I had met somebody that, and you know this. I feel like this is actually about me. I dated the guy for 4 years, and I think we attempted to have sex. I think 3 times. We never actually had sex in 4.5 years, and he was the first person I dated in LA. And I think I, in my mind, believed that, okay, I guess in LA, I'm just not really that cute. Like in back in Ohio, I was cute, but then I came back out here and nobody wanted to have sex with me. So I was like, oh, I guess this is how it is here. And I genuinely believed. I was like, oh, this is cool. But he would take me on vacations though. And he bought me that bed that I just got rid of.
Right. So that was him. Even though he's still alive.
He would take me on vacations and he would buy me like Gucci jeans and stuff, which to me was like enough. Like I'm good. I made it. He drove like a Range Rover. Like I was living my life. And that was enough for me at the time.
Okay, but are we spilling the real tea?
What?
I don't know what I'm allowed to share.
Oh, you can say anything you want.
Because you guys did have sex with each other.
No, we had sex. We had threesomes.
Right.
Yeah, that was at the end of our relationship. That was because our therapist said we should consider it. And I was like,
Which
okay.
I'm like, what therapist said that?
What therapist said that? Y'all were going to a Yala? You can't. Did you hug her in her bosom afterwards? I don't know about this therapist, AJ. I think you might have got scammed.
Wait, was the therapist a male or a female?
It was a hot gay guy in West
so he wanted to have a
Hollywood.
threesome with y'all.
Right.
Goodbye.
Totally.
I'm so done.
He said maybe y'all should have a threesome with someone you trust, someone you tell your deepest fears to, someone you pay by the hour.
Low-key, I would have hit that though. He was cute.
I'm done. I am done. Okay, well, I will say for me, I could not do that. Granted, I don't need, like, when I look at that show, Too Hot to Handle, where they can't have sex for whether they're like a month, I can do that to get some money. Like, I don't have to sex. It's not that hard. But for 7 years, I don't think I could.
Well, I just recently went to Europe for 10 days, and the text I got from this man when he would go to bed every night, let me tell you, Lord.
Why you gotta expose me though?
He couldn't last that long.
So Laci is in the closet. Let her be in the closet. Don't out me as a closet freak. Damn. God. Okay. I slept with 4 people every day for 4 weeks.
Whoa, wait
a minute.
4 different people?
I slept with 4 people every day for 4 weeks.
Whoa. 16. Wait, no, that's way more.
But okay.
I slept with 4 people. And this is like I feel like I'm back in 5th grade. They were like, if Johnny got dick down 4 times, so he said 4 people every day for a month. Is that what he said?
For 4 weeks, yeah. Almost.
For 4 weeks. Okay, so he said 4 weeks. So that's 7 calendar days. 7 times 4.
28 in a week.
That's 28,
Times 4.
Yeah.
What's it? Wait, everybody's like, yeah, I was bad at math. Don't look at me.
Hold on. I got y'all. You said times 4? Okay, so that's like 112 people.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
That's a lot of people.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to check the math, too.
I'm sorry. I don't believe this one. There's no way.
Okay, I will say this. I dated a guy one time.
Unless they were a prostitute and they were getting paid for it, because then it makes sense.
Also, can we say that I just did that? I did the math on the calculator and I was right. It is 112. I can still do math.
She's the math goddess, y'all. No. Okay, so I dated a guy years ago named Rodney. That's all I'll say. And I remember one night, our first date lasted 4 days. It was a good first date. Like, I didn't go home for 4 days. I went home on the 4th day. I called my mom. I said, I found the man I'm going to marry. Like, it was so good. Everything about it was great.
It took him like 7 years for you to talk about that for me, but go off, sis.
But like, he also was crazy. And one night he told me that he had sex with over 300 people, like 300 men. And I was like, dang, like my number's like 11 or 12 maybe. Like I was like 300. Like that's a lot. And I talked to a buddy of his and his buddy was like, he is so full of it. He made that up because he wants you to feel insecure about yourself. That's the only reason he said that. And I was like, what?
Manipulative.
Like people, I don't know. I don't trust people when they say they're
in this day and age that you say you slept with, half the damn country is gonna make me insecure. Is anything, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, let's go down to the clinic. Get in the car immediately. I'm gonna be in there with you. Like, what? That's not cute. That's too many. I don't want to. Look, I'm not yucking nobody's yum, but that's a lot. That's a lot. Tiana Trump says she had sex with 400 people, and she gets paid to do so. So,
oh my gosh, I can't. But facts, though. Facts. Okay, a few more, y'all. I think my boyfriend's dad is more attractive than my boyfriend. Now,
okay, that's real.
I've seen something. Granted, AJ and I are 9.5 years apart. I don't have daddy issues though, but I am attracted to older men. I want to clarify. Laci knows though, when we were in the restaurant, I used to point out guys. Sorry, close your ears.
Wait, what?
With your headphones on. My voice is going directly into your ear, but close them.
I used to be like, okay, table 34, I see you. And like, okay, yeah, like we would have full on conversations. We would give a little. And here's the thing: the restaurant that we worked at, there would definitely be some older men in there, and they would bring their little. I was gonna say concubines. I'm not gonna call them that, but they would bring their little side pieces in there, and you would go to the table. and you would greet them. Keep in mind, you saw them here a few days ago,
with a
and they would give
different
you
girl.
right. They would give you a signal. You're like, oh, first time.
I'd either be like first time, or I'd be like, welcome back. Oh, I see you brought your special someone. I would like, because I wanted a good tip. I was like, oh, this is the girl you've been talking about. Like, I'd be like, yeah, her. She is cute.
Make her feel special. I'm done.
Like she's the one and only.
Then I'm just glaring at him like, yeah, she
Do
can
you put
stay cute.
Laci, do you put age parameters on people you date? Are you into a certain like age demographic?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think that you're in daddy territory until you're like maybe like 13 years apart. I think 10 is like the cutoff for like, this is a normal age gap,
Okay, we're
but
good.
only after the age of 30. Like if it's 10 before the age of 30, like then it ain't like a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old are very different developmentally. Now, listen, have I had, some old poppies, take me to dinner and whatnot?
Not
Absolutely.
Now, was I a himbo? Actually, I couldn't have been a himbo though, because I do not. I have the body yaddy yaddy now. I was not.
He did not have it then.
So, see, that was a setup. You're supposed to say I was hot back then too.
Okay, so here's the thing. No, you're hot. You're so hot now. But then
But then what?
I loved how much I trusted you and how kind you were. Oh,
you trusted me because I wasn't hot. You knew I wasn't going nowhere?
No, you had matching pimples on both cheeks every week and you wore all brown.
Laci, let me know, because that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna worry about him going nowhere.
Yeah, 1,000%. I've been cheated on too many times.
Damn, the truth comes out.
Well, what you gonna do now, AJ? Because now,
Body.
Right.
I'm
Bill
like,
over here built like, you got to worry about everybody coming after. Sometimes I'll be like, do you want to date women again? Just try it one time.
Wait. So every now and then I'll see Laci or any of my female friends, and they'll give me a hug, and they'll be like this, after.
It's so awkward.
One friend said after she hugged me one time, she was like, I haven't felt the touch of a man in a long time. Okay. I used to purposely make my boyfriend mad enough to break up with me so I could talk to others without guilt.
Oh, you toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic. Oh.
Toxic and immature. Did you guys ever think, because early on in the relationship, if everything was cool and copacetic between us, I used to start fights just because I felt like you had to have some type of conflict in order to know you were in love. And then I had some trash friends who affirmed that. And they were like, yes, you should be having arguments every now and then. I was like, we're not having that. And so I would find a fight.
Who told you that? I have an idea.
That's confidential. And it's not anybody you would think.
Also, that friend, it feels like just wanted a little bit of misery loves company.
Yes.
He was like, y'all should be fighting all the time. Is AJ not stealing money out of your wallet? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, has he keyed your card? No? Then is it really love?
It's not real love.
I have a major foot fetish, and the guys I like normally come with ugly feet. How do I work on ignoring their terrible feet and get to know them, even if I know that ugly feet are a total deal breaker? I broke up with my ex because he had a toe infection.
Oh, I low-key had a toe infection for a while.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You just telling all your business. I love it. I have to say that person sounds like a little bit of a sociopath. It's okay to have a kink, but like if you are breaking up with people because they toes not giving what they supposed to give no more, like that's extreme. Like you're not talking to these people. I feel like you have to have sex with shoes on until you get to know the person well enough to see their feet so that you don't get taken out of it. And you're going to look like the weirdo when you like, no, I'm going to keep these Adidas on. But maybe that would help if you were like, leave your shoes on for a little bit or just don't have sex and get to know them.
You have a secret for us that you have shared with no one. No one on the planet, we're going to assume, knows this secret, Laci. The look on her face right now, she's like, I told one or two people.
No, I don't think I've ever said this anywhere.
Really?
I know we're talking about sex and relationships. It'll tie in. You just have to let me explain. But yeah, I actually have not said this anywhere, I don't think.
Ooh, I'm excited. So now's the time you've all been waiting for. Laci Mosley, confess your mess.
Ooh.
Oh, so I say it?
Wait, you want me to tell it?
I thought you guys just read them. Okay. All right. So whenever I go out of town, not every single time, but like a lot, especially if I'm traveling alone to a destination. I'll fake an accent, but like everywhere that I go.
Why?
One time I wasn't even like far. I had just gone to Malibu with a friend and like ran into this guy, and we were at Nobu, and he was like, "Oh, he's just like hitting on me or whatever," and like he looked like his money might be long and not short, So I was drunk, and I was like, "No, hi, my name is Laci." Like, I did an accent, and I was like, "Fuck." So then I'm thinking, like, this guy's from out. He was like, "Oh, I'm from out of town. I'm just visiting." So I was like, "Oh, we can go have dinner or something." That was like, that'd be fun, isn't it? Like, I did this. Why did I do this? And so we have dinner. It was cute.
Did you do the accent the whole dinner?
Yes, I had to.
Yo, that is commitment, first of all. Also, your accent sounds really good because I have family in London.
For a little bit.
Okay.
But like, I was kind of scared though, because it's like, what if somebody runs into you like while you're out, and then you're like, hello? They're like, what are you saying?
That happened, remember, on Insecure? What's her name? Natasha
Natasha Rothwell. She's so funny. So the issue was, he left town. I'm thinking like he's going back to New York City. He ends up coming back into town, and like maybe a year later, and he was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, are you still around? Like, I'd love to take you to dinner." And I was like, "Sure." I completely forget that I had faked an accent.
Oh no!
So like, I had to just come up with some elaborate lie. Like, he's like, "You don't sound the same like you did." I was like, "Oh, I've been living in the States for a while now, so I try to blend in. Sometimes it slips out." It was insane. It was an unhinged thing to do. Like, to do that and like have to keep it up on a couple dates. Like, right. I was like, I can't.
Have you been doing this since you were younger? Like, where did this start? Why the accent?
Because I just realized, like, as a Black woman, I get better service everywhere if people think I'm British. Like, there's just like, it's like a thing. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like all the movies where like the Black American heroes are being played, Brits. And like Martin Luther King, Martin Luther, like JJ Sidney Black Messiah. Like, they begin all of our icon roles. It is, I think, because a lot of casting and stuff in Hollywood, like, they see Black Brits as closer to whiteness, so like making yourself more adjacent to whiteness usually gets you better service, which is why I do it, and upgrades at Avis Rental Car.
But they did go ahead and cast Will Smith as Richard Williams, the father of Venus and Serena, in that new movie coming out. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
I'm excited about that because low-key, the first time I ever met Laci, I thought she looked like Serena Williams.
Well, Serena was I was going to say Laci was Serena for one of the costumes at the restaurant we worked at.
I do want to just say, everyone just thinks I look like Serena because I'm dark skinned, short, and I have big thighs. I was like, side by side, facially, no.
But no, not at all. She's also, I think, a little bit. She's taller than you. You're a little bit shorter than her, yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit. Now, wait a minute.
Serena's only like 5'8", 5'9". She's like 5'8", 5'9", I think.
Wait, really?
Venus is like 6'2". Yeah, Serena's shorter.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shame your height, Laci.
Yeah, and you were stroking your dreads while you did it. Like, really? The gap under 6? What do they do down there? I'm so glad we never down there.
Wait, I want you to continue your story, but side note, we ran into Laci randomly at the Grove, which is a popular outdoor shopping plaza out here in LA. Randomly,
like, who says plaza?
Both of y'all not gonna slander me on this podcast.
I mean, plaza is giving like strip mall. Plaza is giving like Baskin Robbins. Like, I feel like the Grove is a little cuter than that.
It's an outdoor shopping experience.
Okay,
experience. It's an experience. They got a fountain.
Experience is a little strong. That feels like a little too bougie. They don't have like any designer stores.
Wait a minute, though. The Grove.
I'm just trolling you.
They have the fountain that was designed the same Bellagio. And so anyway, what y'all not gonna do? Okay. So what I will say is we ran into Laci and randomly, I don't know if we were high or we had some drinks or whatever, but we were having our conversation. At one point, both of us like crouched down to Laci's level and we were like, whoa, this is what it looks like from down here.
So disrespectful. And they really had to come down far, which was really what made it super rude. I was like, okay, Megan Thee Stallion needs, well, welcome. Okay. It's great down here. I find change all the time on the ground.
I am done.
Y'all are missing out.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
Wow. No way.
Okay, y'all gotta got to do all that. I feel like the bomb drop just happened.
Wait,
Like
5'1"?
yeah,
I don't think I knew that, Laci.
I don't think
no
I've been
one
5'1".
does.
I haven't been 5'1" since probably legit kindergarten. I'm not even kidding.
Oh
I was
my
6'3" in 7th grade.
Wow.
5'1".
Okay, Laci.
I wear heels a lot, and I have a tall personality, so no one
You
ever
do.
knows until they meet me. So I
You
get that
have
a lot.
that confidence that you are taller than 5'1", which I appreciate. Go ahead and continue the
That
confidence
was
that
so
you have with
shady.
the
These
accent.
backhanded compliments. You
No.
have the confidence of
You know-
somebody who is not 5'1", even though you are 5'1", and you should feel bad about that. We love how much you love you.
This whole time we thought
What
she
makes
was
you gonna call me brave? You're so brave being 5'1".
navigating life the way you do.
I mean, it's a journey. Okay, but you were using the accent confidently, the British accent.
Yes.
Oh.
And this is the only type of accent did you experiment with other accents and then you finally landed on the British accent, or was it always the British accent?
British is my wheelhouse, but
Okay,
recently in Chicago, I did try out like a mix in like an Australian person who like been in America for a long time. Because before I could only say like lazies. So it's like not good accent, but it's like if I've been here for a long time, like, you don't know. I tried that one out in Chicago.
All right, Laci, I'm going to do something real quick. Let's just go off the cuff completely, all right? You talked a little bit ago about how you're kind of into my man sometimes, all right? We get it.
Wow.
How did we get...
No,
You believed all that? I said he was fine.
Listen, we're talking sex and relationships. I want you to use an accent that we have not heard yet, and I want you to give your best pickup line to my fiance in front of me.
What the heck kind of cuck situation did I walk into?
We're kinky.
Hey, you got a secret to tell me now.
This is what I signed up for. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. We'll see if this is gonna work. Hey, Emile, I know you said that you are more than Emile. You are a snake. And I want you to know that I am the snake that smiles big.
I am so done. I am deceased.
Were you Nigerian or from Wakanda? Which one was it?
It's more of a Wakandanese.
The snack that smiles back.
Oh, that's too good.
I'm so done.
I want you to know I'm the snack that smiles back.
Okay, but wait for this secret though. So when you saw him the second time, you told him like, oh, you know, it's on and off. So then what happened with that person? It just fizzled out, or did he ever figure out that you were not from?
Yeah, was he into it? Did he prefer one over the other?
He didn't care. It was so funny. And I later found out he was like a big cocaine salesman. And I had no idea at the time. He was just like had money and took me to restaurants. It's not like I was, in there doing rails or something. Right. Yeah, I was like, oh God, this guy is like wild. So I think he was also a little crazy. So he just didn't care. He probably knew that it was fake and just didn't care.
Oh my God, I love that. No, I don't.
You miss what?
I was going to say I miss dating. First
of all, you exposed too many things on this podcast that are making me question.
I missed the
This is just the first episode. Y'all gonna have to go to therapy by episode 3. Good Lord.
Therapy.
Yeah, we are.
That's a secret right there revealed.
I said, listen, we're going to get married. We're going to go to therapy first. No, but I miss the misadventures of dating, like the craziness and the hecticness. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I hate that.
Well, you hate it when you have it. But then all of a sudden, when you go, I've been on 8,000 dates with the same man, and I loved almost every one of them.
I spice it up. I've done student and Professor Gibson. I had chemistry homework that I needed help with in the living room.
Emile changes the hair up. He's switching the wig, make him feel like he's cheating. Okay,
thank you, Laci. Let him know.
Yeah, he makes me wear a shirt and tie with the sweater, and then also glasses. And I play Professor Gibson. That keeps it spicy. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't. We haven't.
Got those nipple clamps.
I graduated, got my degree, and then it was
those.
Listen, I love this. I love this for y'all. But yeah, the spice of it, dating, I'm over it. I just want a man to show up or a woman at my house and just sit on my couch and just like we're together and like they do the dishes, I cook, I kind of feel like I want a secretary. But like I'm tired of it. I went on a date not too long ago, and I should have known the red flag was this guy had in his bio on Hinge, I love black women with a brown heart emoji.
Oh, not the brown heart.
And he was black.
Wait a minute.
Why you gotta say that then?
Like, so like in LA, there's like a commonly known thing with a lot of like dark skinned black women, especially in entertainment, where like it's hard for us to find black men who like dark skinned black men. There's a lot of or black women. There's a lot of colorism that happens here, and so the fact that he put that in his bio, like I should have already been weary, and I didn't see it until after when I was showing everyone. So we go on this date. It's like a mini date. Like I was looking cute. I just left the photo shoot and I was like, fuck it, somebody taking me out. So I got on Hinge and then he was like, oh, what do you want to meet up? I'm meeting up with some friends. And I was like, I'm meeting up with friends later. So yeah, we can meet up. I'll meet up with your friends. I don't care. That feels safe and like for a first time meetup. Because I've watched too many murder shows. Like I am not about to be chopped up in nobody's freezer, okay? I don't want to be on a t-shirt, airbrushed. I don't want a hashtag for me.
Not airbrushed on a t-shirt.
We saw that. Remember on that show? We saw that. Go ahead.
So we get to the restaurant and his friend's like leading us to the table and he puts his arm around me and he whispers in my ear, "What's your name again?"
Oh my
God. Bro, how you gonna neg me? I just stepped foot in the restaurant. I don't even got no water yet. And you done put out the red flag like at the Grand Prix. Like it's over, bro. Like what? You have the app. Just pull up the app. It's right there.
Didn't even try.
Oh, I don't miss that.
I feel like he knew my name. I feel like he was negging me. It was like your 300 guys person, AJ. Like he was just negging me. He definitely knew my name.
He wanted you to know he could get any girl.
Right.
And you're just
Who are
another
you?
one.
Flavor of the week? I like to call my girls Baskin. Because I want all 31 flavors.
I am done.
That's the second Baskin Robbins reference you've made in one episode.
Are you craving Baskin Robbins?
I know, right? What's going on?
Maybe. I haven't gone to a Baskin Robbins in like years. I don't know why it's like on my brain.
Before we let you go, we're super, super proud of you. We love you. We love everything you're doing at Scam Goddess. Obviously, your podcast is so iconic. If you haven't checked out Scam Goddess yet, go do it immediately. You can also watch Laci literally everywhere because in the last couple of years, you've been all over the place. First and foremost, Florida Girls on Pop TV only happened for one season. COVID happened, and unfortunately, but also fortunately for you, it only lasted for one season. But if you can find Florida Girls, go watch season one. It's absolutely
Showmax. It's on Showmax.
Hilarious. Showmax, perfect. Also, Black Lady Sketch Show. Congrats on the Emmy nominations.
Thank you.
And iCarly, the reboot on Paramount Plus, airing right now. You play Harper. I want to know Harper and Laci. How are they similar? How are they different?
They're getting a little closer together.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because I see a lot of Laci in Harper.
It's fun because like the writers, like we hang out and stuff, and so they really know my voice. And my showrunner came up to me for this MLM episode that just dropped on Paramount Plus. But it's out. It's been out for a while now. She came up to me and she was like, "We did rewrites. I want you to look at them." And one of the rewrites was like, "I'm listening to my favorite podcast, Scam Empress." And so when that aired, I was like, the fans of the podcast were dying. Like the congregation was like, "Really, you are a scammer." So I scammed a podcast shout out into a television show.
Listen, and it was iconic. But what I love about your character is, one, I think it's always hard for both of us. Not hard, but it's interesting watching people that we know and love like on screen as a character, but you do it so effortlessly. And the way that they introduced your sexuality, and when I say introduced, they didn't. Like, it's not even like oh, let me come out. It's not a whole thing. I love that because for so long, it has to be like this big deal of this character is gay, this character is bi, this character is whatever they are. And it's just like, oh, Harper's into this person who's standing in front of her. Cool. And they just let it be. And I think for this newer generation and for adults, it's just such a pleasant thing to see where, yes, obviously there's still necessity for coming out, but I think in this regard, it's nice to just see you just be you.
Yeah, I think that that was one of the progressive things that I really wanted, and that Francesca Ramsey really wanted, and our showrunner as well. Like, no one wanted Harper to come out. They didn't want her queerness to be like a mascot. It's just like who she is. And I think that you're right. There's an important space for like coming out stories, absolutely. But I think that for far too long, the whole story surrounding queerness has been like, you got to be like, oh damn, I hate myself. Oh, I don't like me. Oh, now I got a role model who's telling me to break out, or I got a sassy best friend who's like, be gay. And then and then I come out to my parents and we cry and I get scared. Like, are y'all gonna leave me? Are y'all gonna hate me? And then they hug me or they beat me up. Like, it's like we've seen so much trauma. I think it's, time for more mainstream shows to show queerness in the way that a lot of queer shows have been in the past, of like, they just, people be gay, to quote Quinta Brunson, So
yeah. We exist.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, one secret about iCarly. Miranda Cosgrove. What's she really like? Is she really that sweet? She seems very sweet.
What's insane? She is ridiculously sweet. And I wish I was lying and this was like one of those like, y'all know I can't say nothing, but it actually is like, she is one of the nicest people I've ever met. On the first day on set, she like came and sat right next to me, like real close, like shoulder to shoulder. And she was like, hi. And then I would catch her on set watching live feeds of cats that she had fostered. And she was like, I fostered them and now they're about to get new homes, but they have a little
Stop it right now.
Watch.
Wait, what?
Oh my
God.
God.
She'd just be watching. I'm like, you're doing good. She's a saint.
You know what's funny? Because we were both at your birthday. Laci's birthday is 4th of July, and for years she's done 4th of July, which is iconic within itself. And she was there for your birthday. And so AJ, when we watched iCarly, the reboot, he had never seen the original.
Yeah, never.
I watched the original. And then I was telling him like, oh, this is the character that came back. Like they're from the original, whatever. And he's like, I'm trying to explain to him the style of the show and like the camp of it. And like, oh, yes. And I was like, it's a certain style. And so
it's a weird world. Like,
exactly. It's a nod to people who are fans and you're getting new fans, whatever, right? But then what I was explaining to him as we were watching and like telling him all this stuff, I like finally went back to see the year that iCarly premiered. And I was like, now, wait a minute, Emile, you had no life because you were definitely in college at this point. Like, this was beyond my prime of like watching Nickelodeon and Disney shows. And I was like, I definitely watched this show.
Yeah, it didn't premiere 20 years ago. It was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Yeah.
It was 2007.
And I'm going to stick beside it. Laci, we love you so very much. Thank you for being our first guest. Hopefully we'll have you back down the line in the future, but we really do love you so much and we're so proud of you. And if you haven't checked out Scam Goddess, check it out. It is amazing. And you get some pro tips on there, I will say, to navigate life.
I don't tell people to scam. I said I was warning him, but if you picked it up, if you had a pen and paper and you took a little note or whatever, that's not on me legally. And congratulations to you guys. This show is fantastic already. This was so much fun. I'm excited to see it just grow.
Confess Your Mess.
Confess Your Mess is a Straw Hut Media podcast produced by Ryan Tillotson and Frank Driscoll. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
And if you have a secret and want to share, go to confessyourmess.us to submit. Your secret could end up in the show.
Ooh.